Hi everyone, welcome again. We're now going to go through part of my weekly lesson just to examine some of the words and phrases there. Okay, so let me just go through the first paragraph and maybe a little bit more. It says, "When I heard that a friend was coming to visit for a few days, my heart sank." Now, that in English is how we say we really became very sad. Your heart can sink if you lose your job, get bad news, have a breakup, but it's something melancholy, something which really, for a moment, pulls you down, usually as a result of extremely disappointing kind of news. It says here, as a typical British man, I know that friends staying over usually causes a lot of stress. I had no particular beef with this person. Now, this is an interesting thing because you'll know beef as the meat that we eat, but more informally, if you have a beef with someone, it means you have a reason to dislike them. Perhaps in the past they made you angry, you had an argument, something needs to be sorted out between you, perhaps. It's referred to in British English as a beef. I'm not sure if that works in American English. I've never heard any Americans say it. I would guess that it would come from Australian English. I don't know why I'm saying that. It just sounds like the kind of thing that they would say. But you'd need to check on that. But certainly around here, if you have a beef with someone, that means that you have some problem with them. But I knew that a guest staying would throw a spanner into the works yet. So to throw a spanner in the works or into the works means that it's something which can stop the smooth operation. So imagine a clock ticking or a machine working, and someone throws a spanner into it, which is a tool most used to repair a machine. It's the one which loosens the nuts and bolts. It's like a long thing with a shape on the end. You can Google it. A spanner is a tool used to loosen nuts and bolts. So if you throw a spanner into the machine you're trying to repair, of course it's not going to work. So that's a metaphor. These days, British people are not so hospitable. All of us want our personal space. So staying at hotels usually allows us more time to do what we want instead of being tied down. Yeah, if you're tied down to do something, it means you don't have a choice. You really have a certain moment, time, and date to particular moments such as eating with the host's family, etc. And the next paragraph here, it says, as I'm married to someone from South America, I've had to get used to this idea of family and guests coming and going with no fixed arrival or departure date. But the most frustrating thing is the expectation that I would change my routine and socialize with them. There is some opinion that I should free up. To free up means to become available. If you free up time, you make time. So free up my days to entertain. We spoke about that in my podcast earlier today. Socialize and find myself sitting in coffee shops speaking bad Spanish or pidgin English. This is an unusual expression. It comes from the Caribbean, pidgin English. It means speaking English badly. And you can see by the spelling of pidgin, it refers specifically to bad English. For them to understand while slowly walking around the town. We do for family is a common idiom used for people who hold family values, and it is an idiom which I am reminded of from time to time. It simply means that we make an effort to do, to make actions, to help them. Despite the politeness of British people, few of us want guests. We give a lot of lip service. Yeah, if you give lip service to something, it means you give it a lot of words, but you don't actually do what's required of yourself. So we give a lot of lip service to people and hospitality by saying, "Oh, please come again, drop by anytime." But the reality is, it's not real. If you give lip service to your job, it means your heart is not really in it. Um, yes, let's see. Guarding our personal space is extremely important, yet so is our required politeness. Also, as Britain spirals, when something spirals, it goes down a little spiral. So imagine, for example, a spiral shape and you're sliding down all the way to the bottom like a spiral shoot, maybe a game for kids, for example. They go up to the top and they spiral all their way down to the bottom. So it's saying here, as Britain spirals into a nation of cell phone tappers, communicating only through WhatsApp and Facebook, we seem to be losing our basic social skills. There we are. So probably a few exciting ones there. My heart sank and also spanner into the works. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's talk again soon. See you. Bye.